You're Locked On Devils, your daily podcast on the New Jersey Devils. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, this is Bryce Salvador, and you're Locked On Devils with Trey Matthews.
Scores! Oh, Stevens stepped up, nailed him. Brodor's got the puck. What a shot. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
So when you compare this Devils team this year from last year, nobody anticipated for them to be good last year. They took the league by surprise, but obviously teams are now more prepared for them. So I'm curious to hear your insight as to what's the difference when scouting and also preparing for this New Jersey unit.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of their personnel that drove them last year are back this year, so just being aware of them, and maybe teams are catching on to their tendencies, but by no shock are they struggling to anyone. I think they give everyone a challenge every night. They're very, very competitive, very elite offensively in transition, and I just think the personnel they have makes them very dynamic, both defensively and offensively. So wherever they're at right now, it is what it is, but by no means are they struggling right now. They're still a very, very good team, and we need to be prepared for them tonight.
From a defensive standpoint, one of the issues that the Devils have been struggling is their defense. So, from your perspective as a defenseman, what are some of the areas you guys look to exploit in order to come away with the win? What areas of weakness do you think you guys are going to highlight coming into this matchup?
I think just being good without the puck is what we need to focus on. They're very elite playmakers. Very good throughout the neutral zone and off the rush. So I think just for us is puck management. And I think if we're on the right side of things, we'll find ourselves getting odd man chances. That's something that we've talked about a lot lately, is just being in the right spots before the plays happen and giving ourselves a chance to create outman situations.
You're obviously a veteran player. You've been around the block before. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Going into this matchup against the New Jersey Devils, how do you guys prepare for it this season compared to last year? Because last year, no one anticipated for them to be that good, but now they're no longer the underdog. So how do you guys prepare for it a little bit better this time around?
You obviously got to be ready for these to play them now. They obviously have a lot of good players, a lot of skill. They take advantage of time and space. So I think when you play them now, you really got to focus on playing them close, winning those battles and not letting them win the one-on-ones. If you give them time and space, I think that's when they really take advantage of you, and you can obviously see they score a lot of nice goals. So really this comes down to being ready and not be ready from the beginning.
From your perspective, what would you say are some of the areas you guys can try to exploit to come away with the win? Where do you see some of their main weaknesses at?
I'll probably know more tonight. The coaches usually do a good job of preparing that stuff for us. So I don't watch that many NHL games throughout the year. So right now, a little early for me to say. But tonight, usually the coaches prepare how we can take advantage of their game. So you could ask the coaches or after the game, but right now, obviously, we just have to focus on our game. We make sure we're ready. We obviously been a little bit inconsistent, so right now it's really just coming down to our game.
Last year, the New Jersey Devils were one of the biggest surprises in the NHL, and this year it seems like teams have started to figure them out a little bit more. I'm curious to hear your perspective as to how you guys prepare for the Devils. What's the mindset, and also any change of overall structure of how to prepare for this Devils team?
No change of structure. I mean, the first thing you have to do is respect their speed and their skill. The pace of their game is as good as any team in the National Hockey League, so you have to be ready and prepared for that. There's going to be some keys that are within our game that we want to use to be able to defend and make sure that they don't have the puck as much as they want to. And then, for us, it's really more of a look inside at our own game and making sure that, we're doing the things with the puck that we want to do. So ton of respect for their group over there. They've grown up, and you said maybe they were a surprise last year. I don't know that they were a real surprise, but certainly they elevated. And as I said, they're in my opinion, one of the top teams in terms of the speed and ability and the way they attack.
Are there any specific adjustments you guys are going to make to try to exploit them to capitalize on some of their blunders or something like that?
No, I mean, our game is a lot about transitioning, a lot about exiting the zone and being clean and getting up ice quickly. So none of that changes.
Put in the extra work, and it's a process, but it makes scoring, coming back and scoring, that much better.
What did you think of your team's effort overall? Obviously a big start, maybe a little bit of a lull in that second, but responding in a big way out of the third.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked, and I think we liked our second. It just the puck wasn't going in for us. A couple unlucky maybe bounces here in the second period. They made some plays. That's a fast, skilled team over there, and they're going to capitalize. So I think overall we liked our game, especially the response in the third period, sticking with it, and just sticking with the same game plan, not trying to change too much, and worked out.
What did you think of the rapid-fire 3 goals, 69 seconds with you finishing it off? I mean, on the bench, what was kind of the feel and the vibe of what you were able to accomplish?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's part of us just sticking with the process. I think we're lucky enough to have the firepower on this team to be able to do that. So I do think it's important that we just stick to our game. And I know that's pretty generic, and a lot of teams say that, but for a team that can just pop goals in like that, sometimes it will with the players that we have in our lineup. It is true. Just stick with the game, and eventually it will work out.
3 goals in 69 seconds. How were you guys able to exploit the Devils' defense? Like, what holes did you see in their overall execution?
Well, I think an emphasis for us was getting the puck a little high and getting it to the net right away, not letting them set up, and having guys at the net. And I thought Hyman did a great job all night, and Eke did a great job all night at getting him to the net. So, kind of like I said before, it's just kind of sticking with what we were doing, and finally it worked out for us.
Can you speak to your team's resilience, not only bouncing back from that loss against the Islanders, but also tonight showing up big in the third period?
Yeah, I mean, I've liked a lot of aspects of our game. I feel like we've had lots of chances. We've just been finding ways to lose games. I thought we did that on the island. We did that against Tampa. The Florida game's kind of a write-off. So, I thought we responded well tonight. Obviously in a tough spot, down 1 heading into the third period, but I thought there was great resilience, like you said, and the boys stuck with it.
That messaging that you just shared is uniform throughout this locker room. You guys are creating chances, but not necessarily getting the finish from time to time. As a leader on this hockey club, how do you make sure that standard is upheld?
Well, I think, offensively, guys just got to stay with it. Confidence is key offensively. I think defensively we've been doing a lot of really good things. Minus obviously the Florida game, but I think defensively we've been really good. Our goaltending has been there when we needed it, and I think tonight was a good show of resilience. You need one of those to kind of snap a losing streak like that.
We just talked to Erne, of course, draws into the lineup for the first time in a month. Big goal. As his teammate, what goes through your mind when you see him score like that?
Yeah, really big goal. Obviously happy for him. It's never a fun situation to be sitting out of the lineup, and he'd been doing it for a long time, and done it with a smile on his face and just being a great teammate. And that's all you can ask for. And obviously steps in and scores a big goal at a big time, and that's what you ask of your teammates and ask out of everybody.
Kind of what changed in the third period?
You know what? I don't think much. I feel like we had lots of loose pucks around the net, lots of little plays that could have gone, and all of a sudden in the third period they just started going in. It's a fun game that way. So you stay with it long enough, you get rewarded, and I thought we did that tonight.
Was anything said the second intermission?
You know what? No, I think as cliche as it was kind of just stick with it. We liked a lot of we liked a lot of parts of our game. We felt like we should have been down, but we were. Kind of felt a little bit like the Winnipeg game, if you can remember that a while ago, where we kind of carried the play, and we're down 1 and just kind of hung in there and found a way to win.
One of
Yeah, not many guys in the world can do that. Guys were saying that on the bench. How does he do that? But never ceases to amaze.
One of the Devils' highly touted players is obviously Jack Hughes, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on his overall play and some of the comparisons that he's had to Wayne Gretzky, having won the Hart Trophy, and also having the career you have. I'm curious to hear your assessment on him.
Yeah, obviously a really good young player. All those Hughes boys are amazing. And obviously he's a young kid in this league, and carries himself really well out there on the ice, skates well, wants the puck, making plays. I mean, that's all you can ask for from your young guys, and he's just going to keep getting better and better.
No doubt you have a high power offense. What can you do to improve the defense?
What can we do to improve the defense? Well, we just played a really highly talented team in the Devils here tonight, and I thought we did a good job of limiting their chances. They're super potent, and when they get a chance, it's usually in the net, and they obviously showed that tonight. So I thought we did a lot of good things limiting their chances, and hopefully something we can build off of.
3 goals in 69 seconds. What did you guys see there, and what were you exploring on the Devils' defensive side of things?
Well, we just wanted to get pucks there. We felt there was a lot of pucks laying around the net, and we needed. Sometimes you just need a bounce, and we got one there early, and obviously Leo makes a special play there. Not a lot of guys can make, and Bigger chips in with another big one. A couple seconds later. So it's a big stretch of the game. One that turned it in our favor for sure.
Thanks, Bob. But how happy are you to beat your brother in the Devils tonight?
Yeah, it's huge. Tough little road trip coming up, or that we're on. So it was nice to get that win, get back in the win column for our group. Obviously a good night for both of us, but glad we came out on top.
Take us through the feeling of playing well and then getting rewarded, getting elevated into the top 6.
Yeah, it's great. Kind of just trying to stay to my game, playing hard and playing fast and simple, and I was working tonight, so it was good to see.
Let's talk about the resilience of this club, not only bouncing back from that loss on the island, but bouncing back in that from that second period, I should say, coming out strong in the third.
Yeah, the message in the room was kind of just stay the same. We thought we were doing good enough things to win the game, and just came out and got some good bounces and took the game over.
I know you and your teammates have been uniform in the messaging of stick with it and good things will happen. You guys haven't been rewarded as of late. Where does that messaging come from? Where does that start?
I think just from everyone in the group, it's a group thing. If you look at all the analytics and things, we're doing a lot, and we're controlling most of the games. It's just kind of bearing down our chances when we get them, and keeping the puck out of our net. I think just little details, and should be able to get on a little run.
You finished with 2 goals. Your brother assisted on a couple of the Devils' goals. Curious to hear your thoughts. Is there like a friendly, brotherly banter between you two? Because that was one of the main talking points during the course of the game.
Not on the ice. We are pretty. We don't talk at all. But I'm gonna go see him right now and hopefully give him a little trip or something. But he played great too, and his line was buzzing, so it's good to see.
I want to tell you guys about FanDuel because I want you guys to make some extra money on the Devils. So as the weather gets colder, the NFL offers stay hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is super easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over and unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL. Let me tell you guys about Game Time. So I love the Game Time app because last-minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area. Views from all seats in the venue, lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection, job loss protection, etc. Views from the seats so that way you know what you're going to buy. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
First career hat trick in front of your home team. How does that make you feel?
It's special. This place was special for me for a long time. A lot of great memories, a lot of great people here over my career. So I always enjoy coming back here, seeing everybody and and playing in this building. So kind of funny. First one came here.
How about first one since November 14th?
Yeah, big for us. We knew that going into the game. They came out hard in the first there. We didn't get to our game, but I think we did a good job after that. Just trying to keep pressure on them and getting the special teams going 4-on-4 and Dosty coming in big for us. I thought Troy had a tremendous game too and killer. So that's a big win for this team.
How about scoring the goal in that net where you scored the
Yeah. The second one was closer to it, though, in the crease. But, no, like I said, that it's just a special place in my heart, my career. Anytime I'm here, it's hard not to think of those times in that run and everything kind of that went on there.
Adam, from 2017 to last January against the Devils, you had only scored 3 goals during that span. Tonight alone, you get a hat trick. Were there any incentives or extra motivation going into the specific matchup?
No extra motivation. I think just, through this streak of not winning for our team, we felt like maybe we should have been on the other side of some of the games. Some unfortunate bounces, a lot of one-goal games. Certainly games that we felt like we had the opportunity to win. And I think the guys have done a good job trying to just work through all that. Played a lot of good teams throughout that, but it's certainly nice to get a big win tonight and have to go right back at it again tomorrow.
Yeah, but the way Gibson played in the first period kept you in and made a lot of big saves.
Yeah, I mean, he always does that. I don't think he gets enough credit around the league for how good he is and how good he's been for us for a very long time. Through the downs, he's always been there and played well for us, and somebody that we rely on a lot.
Adam, it seems like teams are starting to figure out the Devils a little bit more, because last year they were a big surprise, and this year they're not winning as consistently compared to last year. What's the difference between scouting for them this year compared to last year? Is there a change of structure or something like that?
No, they're dangerous on transition. A lot of high-end talent over there we have to be aware of. So you got to, you have to possess the puck, and you can't turn it over. You have to make smart plays at the lines. They got a great team over there, a lot of great young players, some good veteran mixes in there. But, I think across the league there's a lot of teams that are a lot better this year and deeper. And I don't think, that's maybe coming into the year a lot of people gave, chances really to a lot of teams and thought more teams would run away with things, but it's certainly, a big mix in the standings, and I really feel like anybody can beat anybody any given night.
Damon, you know as well as anyone how skilled that team is. Just talk about the effort to hold them at bay for most of this game tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty solid for the most part. They're going to get their chances, which they did at times, but I felt like for the most part we did a really good job against them, and we had a couple good looks we scored on, and unfortunately we just couldn't hold them off a couple times there, but we had a couple shots at it, and even in overtime we had a couple shots at it to end it. So I don't think we can really be too upset with our game tonight. It's one of those games where we probably felt like we should deserve better.
You also, when Z goes down, you guys back there on the blue line had to pull a little bit tighter. Talk about that effort, just from your perspective on the blue line.
Yeah, it seems like we can't catch a break right now with injuries. It's just a tough bounce for him. So, yeah, we just had to pick up the slack. Obviously, going on 5, you just try to keep your shifts a little bit shorter, play simpler hockey, and take the chances when they're there. But for the most part, I thought we did a really good job as a decor when he was in, and then when he was out, it was a tough bounce. But yeah, you pick up the slack, you do what you can do, and do what you have to try to help the team win.
What was this night like for you?
It was fun. It was come back, walking in the building for the first time in the different dressing room, different doors, and I didn't know where a lot of stuff was. So, but it was cool. Very appreciative of my time here, and there was a lot of great fans that were, I think they gave me a little bit of a ovation for the most part. I didn't get booed, so that was a good sign. I enjoyed my time here. Fans were great. It's too bad that we didn't win more when I was here, but they got a really good squad now, and they'll be doing some damage here from now on.
It looked like you took a little time to soak in that video as well, and the way the fans welcomed you back.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you just kind of want to say thank you, basically, is what it is. And they, the fans pay the admission to come watch us play, and I'm very appreciative of that. And they're very high demanding fans here, as they should be. They expect a lot, and as all fans should. But it was a great time being here again as a visitor. I'm happy where I'm at now, but you come back and see all the guys get a chance to play against them and see all the old faces. It's fun.